Is it even the Real Housewives of Lagos if two ladies don't go at each other? Is it even the Real Housewives of Lagos if two ladies don't move mad and start throwing hands? Well, you know that there is no Real Housewives of Lagos without a lot of messiness, and that is what we saw in this episode of the Real Housewives of Lagos. Yes, guys, so I will be reviewing, analyzing the 9th episode of the Real Housewives of Lagos season 3. So you better grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, because it's about to be a juicy one. Yes, guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ezinne Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Okay, guys, so the ladies are in Ghana. Yes, courtesy of Sophia. Sophia took them on this trip to Ghana, and we had the epic showdown at the last, the ending of the episode. But before we get into the juicy part, so this episode opens up with Sophia placing a call to Dabota, inviting her, not just inviting her, she first checked up on Dabota, or she was like, oh, Dabota, I didn't see you at my wine tasting event, hope you're good. I mean, like, she basically did what a good host would do, right? What Dabota could not do for Laura when Laura did not come for her event. And that was how Sophia reached out to her, trying to find out, okay, that she's fine and all that, and then inviting her, to her event in Ghana. And Dabota was just standoffish. Honestly, she just gave this vibe like, I don't think I might make it. But at the end of the day, she actually did make it too. Anyways, let's do a big fast forward. Sophia sends invites, the ladies were happy. Then the D-Day came for everybody to set, to get to Ghana. Sophia had this private jet organized. I actually thought, honestly, I thought in my mind that Dabota would not show up, that Diadem would not show up, but they did though. I mean, who don't like enjoyment? Anyway, so they all came, they hopped into the private jet. And you could see that there was so much tension between Caroline and Dabota. Like, Caroline was not talking to Diadem. She was just squeezing face, pressing phone. Even when Dabota came in, she did not spare her a glance. Yes, guys. And then Dabota went there. Dabota started frowning face. In her confessional, she was like, this place is small. I was just squeezed. I was not, I'm like, girl, I expected that if you were to come, you could have gotten your own private jet now. I mean, now big girl where you be. Honestly, I expected that, and Adam was talking about, oh, it's such a small plane, any impact on the plane, you would feel it, and she was scared. Like, I get that. I mean, if you're a person that's afraid of heights and flying, I understand, Diadem's fears perfectly, because I mean, it's a private jet. It's not like this very big plane and all of that. But all in all, the ladies were having fun. Champagne just they pour like water. Sophia really wanted these ladies to get high, to get drunk, and just to let their head down. But some of them, like Dabota and Caroline, they did not want to let any head down. No. Anyways, fast forward, they came to Ghana. They were welcomed with this, cultural troupe, the dancing. I love it. I mean, if there's something I love about Ghana is their culture, that their dance. Anyways, they were welcome with that, and from there they headed to this party bus. See, Sophia is that girl. Sophia is not playing. This her hosting has got to be one of the best hosting. In fact, I will compare it with Iyabos and the one that they went to Dubai. Like, this hosting is top notch. This is season 1 standard, right? Anyway, so Sophia gets them into this party bus, makes sure the wine and the champagne is flowing like water, takes them to this private guest house. It's like a villa on its own, no disturbance. They just have the staff and everything to themselves. Then they were treated to good lunch, like serve yourself kind of buffet kind of thing, and they were eating. I mean, these ladies were just having fun. I'm like, that but I was using side eye. See, honestly, the way Caroline was thinking was also the way I was thinking when I was watching it, because Caroline was like basically like, this babe that you are here enjoying, twerking and everything, you did not give her that same love and respect that she's giving you now. But look at you here, just, shining your 32 and be enjoying. Anyways, everybody should enjoy, because that's what Sophia would want. So at the dining table, there was a bit of tension, because Dabota decided to be the one to be, sharing the champagne and all of that. And as she was pouring, she kept asking Laura, oh, Laura, you don't want? Laura was like, nah, she doesn't want. She would just take fruit juice and all of that. And she poured for every other ladies except for Caroline. And according to Caroline, she was making snide remarks. And Caroline was like, I mean, this was what Caroline was saying during her confessionals. If you don't want to, serve me wine, then give me the bottle. Like, stop making all those snide remarks and all of that. Like, Caroline was very, very irritated at that time. In fact, as they were just coming, Caroline was very irritated. She was irritated with the way Diadem and Dabota were acting, especially because she knows the way they acted towards Sophia at the beach house. So she was very much irritated. Anyway, so Sophia said it's time for them to get their rooms, and she picked their rooms according to their personalities. Now, this is what a good host should do. So she was like, you know what, Laura, I know you are this girl that is, you want to be on your own and all of that. So she gave her a room where she'll be on her own. The room was great. It had its own courtyard. Like, I feel like Laura's room is the biggest. Yeah, Laura's room is actually the biggest because it had its own balcony, its own courtyard and everything, giving her full privacy. Yes, and for Diadem and Dabota, she said, both of you love each other. You want to be, near each other. I'm going to be giving you rooms that are like by the side of each other. And their rooms were beautiful. It had like the view of the pool and everything. There was no trash in sight. Anyways, now to Miriam and Caroline, she gave them rooms on the same floor with her because they wanted that. Their rooms were really beautiful, and she personally made sure that they were comfortable. That is what a host should do. Now, before I go ahead in this gist, I skipped a part. Now, before they get to Ghana, Laura invited Dabota out for a date for them to actually know where they are. Now, this is where I started poking holes in Dabota's story. Now, let's pause a bit before I talk about what they said. Now, I remember at the beginning of the show, right? Dabota had said she did not have any issue with Laura. Who she had an issue with is Linda, who is actually Laura's elder sister, because Linda has this blog. I mean, Linda was one of the most famous bloggers in Nigeria then that blew up. Anyway, so she said Linda had this blog and they had written something about her child. Right? So we all thought, okay, fine. You had a problem with Laura's sister, which a lot of the ladies, from season 1 also did have. And she said she wasn't going to transfer aggression. Anyways, at some point we started seeing that, okay, she was not actually standing by her word, and there was a lot of transferring of aggression to Laura. Now, fast forward to this date that they were, or this launch that they were in. When both of them started confessing how much they didn't like each other, Laura was like, you know what, I've heard the ladies say you don't like me. Sophia has said it. Caroline has said it, but you've never really said it to my face. And Dabota was like, yeah, I don't care about you. You're not in my space and all of that. And Laura was like, I don't care about you too, right? And that was where Dabota started talking about what Laura had done to her that made her not to like her. Now, keep in mind what Dabota had said at the beginning of the show. Now, she now says that it's because of something that Laura has said, and then on a blog, and she even sent people to reach out to Laura, and Laura says some certain things as if she doesn't care. And Laura stood up like, me? When? You see, that is why I said I'm poking holes in Dabota's story, because how can you say that it was Linda, Laura's sister, and now you're saying it's Laura? It doesn't just make sense. Anyways, that conversation happened. Let's fast forward to, the night of their first day in Ghana. So Sophia comes in, to that kind of outdoor sitting, and then Dabota comes in and they have a conversation about what had happened at the beach house. And I noticed something. This is what I have to say, right? Dabota has this standoffish behavior. She wants to see what she wants to see, and she doesn't want to see where she's wrong. Now, can you believe that off screen, Dabota had reached out to a mutual friend of hers and Sophia's and had said, oh, she effed up, right? And this friend had reached out to Sophia, and Sophia is now telling Dabota what this friend has said. And Dabota is like, nah, she didn't really put it that way, that maybe it's the friend that is saying it that way and all of that. Now, Dabota was claiming that there was no communication between her and Caroline, that they were to use Sophia's boat. And at some point she started showing Sophia chat. Now Sophia was like, there was a video, there's 2 videos. So because she showed Sophia the one that Caroline was in the car, and she initially didn't want to show Sophia the second one. And Sophia was like, yeah, there's the second video. Look at my boat. We were in our boat. She sent it to you. Like, look at the messages. So with her own eye, Sophia had seen that actually Caroline did communicate all these things to Dabota. So why is Dabota was still acting like nah, that didn't happen. That we do not know. Like, why was she was still asking that, even in the light of the evidence that, okay, oh, Caroline has communicated. She was still saying that what happened between me and you was timing and your manner of approach. And Sophia was like, manner of approach? Baby girl, you cussed me out for no reason. And she was like, I cussed you out. You thought it was for no reason but I had my reason in mind. I'm like, this babe, who? That's what they do for Lagos. What? See, at the end of it all, Sophia was over it. She was like, you know what? Let's just agree to that disagree. I be disagree to agree. Let's just agree. Let's just die this. It's all water under the bridge, because at the end of the day, you will not accept your wrong. You will not accept what you did. So let's just, let's just dead it. That's it. So as they were, patching things up and all of that, in comes Caroline, and already Dabota had said something to Sophia about Caroline, oh, your friend, and Sophia was like, this one you're addressing her as my friend. The way you said it, is she not your friend? Is she your enemy? She was like, she's not my enemy, but I wouldn't call her my friend. I'm like, okay, I respect that. So Caroline comes in, and Sophia was really trying to make them talk. Now, this is where I fought Sophia. She kept saying, Caroline this, Carol this. And Caroline kept saying, I don't want to have this conversation. I don't want to have this conversation. See, if there's something I've learned about human beings, if a person doesn't like somebody and they keep telling you, I don't want to talk with this person, like, it's not a must to have a conversation with someone. I feel like Sophia should have had a better tact not to bring up that conversation. I feel like she shouldn't have. I mean, because it's so obvious that these two people, they didn't want to have that conversation. At least the tension is too much. She should have respected them and still played a good host. But she kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Even Dabota at some point didn't want to have that conversation. But at the end of the day, because both of them were really, really pissed, Dabota was like, you know what? I mean, how can you even explain somebody that, after everything after coming to my house and everything was kicking with me, only for the person to come and say and make assumptions that I tried to poison the person in my house? Like, you were my guest and you were in my house, and that basically means I am responsible for your safety. And then what you said on that, Laura's lunch, basically insinuating that I probably would have poisoned you. And Caroline, during her confessionals, was like, she didn't actually say she was to poison her, that she felt like seeing Ehi in her kitchen, her spirit was not cool with that. Now let's pause a bit, because as they were having their back and forth, that's when Caroline said something, and it just dawned on me. Could it be that Ehi is the woman that Caroline had said she saw Dabota dancing one kind of with in her matrimonial home when she left? Was Ehi the new side piece, be the new madam that was there? And according to what Caroline has said, this babe has been in her marriage, because she was telling Miriam earlier, this babe had been in her marriage since like 2009. So basically, there has been an affair going on with her ex-husband since 2009. And Dabota, in her conversation with Laura, had told us that she actually had this conversation with Caroline before now, and they squashed it. And Caroline being angry all over again, she's saying because of the way Diadem and Dabota came at her at the beach house. So it kind of like resurrected all those feelings she was bottling inside. Now, back to the back and forth happening between Caroline and Dabota. And Caroline stood up, because Caroline was already calling Dabota a snake, and Dabota was like, you will not address me as such. And there was a lot of beep, 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 beep going on. So we didn't really catch everything that was going on. And that was where Dabota made a statement when Caroline stood up. Before Caroline, I think it was a statement that actually prompted Caroline to stand up, because she said, you die here, but you were sleeping with my ex. And I'm like, is that how you doing Lagos? Oh my God. I mean, before I could say Jack, Caroline stood up, she was, on her mouth. When did I say that? When did I do that? I'm like, Caroline, is this kind of déjà vu? That's what they call it. Is it déjà vu or something? Because I remember in season 1, it was Caroline that was in the Dabota situation. Yes, it was Caroline that was telling Laura that they were pimping Laura. Now it's Dabota that is not telling Caroline, now you sleep with my ex. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How the tables have turned. What? Hey. Before we could say Jack, the whole thing escalated. The security people had to come. Sophia tried to intervene. And at some point, I think Caroline's wig fell off. We didn't actually see everything because they blanked everything. And then Sophia was with Dabota making sure she was okay. I don't know who hit who. I think at the reunion we're going to be finding out, but it was intense. And then at some point Sophia was like, you know what, this you people situation is way deeper than I think. I am out, signing out. Sophia Mamoudou signing out. And I'm like, girl, now you caused this for hello, now you caused this for hala. That was how this episode ended, and then we saw the other ladies, Miriam and Daya. They were very funny. See the way they were talking, they were like they dance all broken cups, and because it was Carolyn that broke that cup. I don't know if she wanted to hit Dabota with that. Oh my god. Anyways, they saw it and they were like, what the hell happened here? Anyways, the next episode is going to be between Carolyn and Diadem. Diadem went out all out on Carolyn. I'm like, okay, these ladies, bring it. Keep bringing it. I like it. Anyways. Also, side note, last night, after that episode had aired, Caroline put out a lot on her Insta story, and she had deleted it, but I got a screenshot of all of that. I think I'll be analyzing that in another video. But this is what I think about this fight between Dabota and Caroline. I feel like, number one, Caroline is that babe that carries things in mind, bottles it, and tries to pretend that she's fine. And that's a problem. If you're that kind of person, it's not always good, because little things will trigger you and you start, you will just explode. And people will not be looking at you like a bipolar person or a mad person. Like, I thought both of you are cool. That's why I'm a kind of person that if I have a problem with you, you will know. If both of us are not cool, you will know. And I will not come and be kicking with you until I find out, or I'm sure that I have made peace with you. That's number one. Number two, I do agree with Dabota. I mean, Caroline saying what she said during that lunch with Laura basically insinuated that she felt that she would be poisoned because she saw Ehi in Dabota's kitchen. And I felt like it's something that should be addressed. And I am with Dabota on that one. She had a right to feel the way she felt. That's number two. Number three, I don't know if these two ladies would ever be friends, and I think that the group should understand that and respect that. Two people in a group might not just, it's not a must that they will be friends. And I think that's where Sophia effed up. Aside from that, I feel like she was a great host. I feel like at the end of the day, I still want more drama. So those of you that were like, Ezinne, these people, this thing is not good, blah, blah, blah. I mean, have you not known that the Real Housewives, the franchise, is known about the messiness? If you cannot stand the bitching, the messiness, the drama, the basketballs, then you have no business watching any of the Real Housewives franchise, because this is what makes it the show. It's a messy reality show, so you've got to get with the program. Yes, I am looking forward to more reactions, of course, from the ladies, what they have to say on their social media. I am so here for it, but honestly, Caroline has this thing of always trying to get physical when everywhere is heated. And I feel like that is not such a great trait. And also, I am very curious. Now, something that they do for Lagos, everybody knows who everybody's dating. Everybody's in everybody's, Anyways, in this life, shall just be like Laura and Sophia. Remove yourself from any situation that does not concern you. You see, as Laura was like, this thing, it passed my power. This thing between Caroline and Dabota, it passed my power, and she did not comment on it. Be like them today and save yourself a lot of stress. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ezinne Williams. Have yourself a beautiful, wonderful day ahead. Bye, guys!